Hey guys, this is the Bear Steve from Bear Steve's Cavern from Cuba. We're in Cuba right now. And this is Viewer Takeover. Up to you, Brian.
This is PSVR Gamescast Live, where we film every Tuesday afternoon at midnight, and we bring it to YouTube live every Tuesday as PSVR Gamescast Live.
There you go.
But that's actually live. And every Wednesday, every today is Viewer Takeover, when we let you, the loyal Game Cats, let you take over the show. As always, my name is Brian Paul, and to my right, your left, the king of all VR kings, the Sofa King himself.
Yes.
It's Jeremy King.
Hello. It's doing it again. It's not going to do it now that we're watching. My thumb. Months now. It'll randomly start to twitch. This one.
You're getting old, dude.
But like, it's a good
twitch.
twitch.
It vibrated.
It's a good one too.
Okay.
Oh, see? It'll be like, there it goes. Look at it. I ain't doing that. I mean, I guess I technically am. Anyways. So, they can't see it.
Okay. I want to make sure that you head on over to. Oh Jesus!
What do we want to head to?
So many things.
The community.
Crap. Yeah. No, that's the wrong show.
Oh my God.
This is what's happening right now.
Yeah.
Too much caffeine. No direction.
None.
We need to head in one direction.
I've never listened to that band. One Direction.
They made a guest appearance on iCarly, so I have actually seen them at least once.
There it goes.
All right, we don't care.
It's
So listen, before we start the show, there's a few people we want to thank. First
Absolutely.
and foremost, we want to thank Hugo Paquette, aka the Beer Steve's Cavern, for that very hairy Viewer Takeover introduction.
Yes, I could hug him, but then it would be like Velcro.
It would be.
I'm short, so my face would be against his chest.
So it is awesome. Thank you for sending that on vacation.
Yeah.
Great intro. But that makes 2 in a row. Now, 2 weeks in a row where we've seen some of the Game Cats.
Dudes.
Yeah. Hairless dudes.
Yeah.
This isn't going to be a thing. Okay?
No more hairless cats.
No more. No. Hairless, hairy, doesn't matter. Keep your clothes on. Listen,
Depends who. But
it does depend too.
Yeah, I
but
guess.
If you want to introduce next week's Viewer Takeover, actually, and I think we're out, so do it. You might end up
please
on
do.
the show. Send your short, sweet, sexy clothing not optional.
Down. Yeah.
Make sure you send it to withoutparole@gmail.com. If it doesn't fit in our inbox, well, make it shorter.
Then you are blessed.
If it doesn't fit in our inbox, make it sexier. If it doesn't fit in our inbox, lower the resolution.
Yeah.
1990s cell phone.
The outbox.
Yeah. But Hugo Paquette, a.k.a. Bear Steve's Cavern, is not the only person we want to thank this week. Is he, Jeremy?
Not at all.
We also want to thank these people.
All of them.
These people down here.
Down here.
Down here. It's their time.
It's their time.
Yeah, these are the people who went to patreon.com/withoutparole.
Games.
And they are giving us $1 and or more a month.
Yes.
And or more.
And or more.
Possibly more every month. And what do they get for besides being on this list of very generous patrons?
Yeah, well, they have access to our Patreon page where they can, over there, see little shows called The Little Box, where each week there's a discussion, whether, has it been more VR related lately or whatever?
Yeah, I've been gaming related. It's always me and Des these days.
Yeah, and you also get all of the podcasts, that everything this channel offers.
Not really. No, Viewer Takeover doesn't happen.
Oh, the reviews.
No, not the reviews.
No.
You're really bad.
No, the reviews don't happen.
The reviews don't happen. Breaking news reports don't happen. This week doesn't happen.
So a couple things happen in MP3
yeah,
format.
we give you some MP3s.
Yeah, a couple.
That's what we're trying to say.
Yeah. Did I explain it well?
Yeah, it was all right. We've seen better. We've seen worse.
True.
For sure. But of course, as much as we love all of our Patreon supporters, there's a few other people we want to thank that followed Beauty and the Decay's lead, a.k.a. Matt the Game Cat, MIA, by the way. I haven't seen Matt in a while.
It's been a while.
Yeah, we should look him up.
We need to open the door, let him back in.
But the kitty door is always open.
It is always open.
Yeah. Crap. Oh, no. Oh, that wasn't nearly hard enough. I like it rough. Rough.
Well, cats and dogs living together, it's not mass hysteria.
Mass hysteria.
No, the opposite.
We only have like 3 movie references. It's The
So
Goonies
far in.
and Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
We want to these people followed Beauty and the Decay's lead, changed their name on Google, on YouTube, to something The Game Cat. If you don't know, the Game Cats are the loyalist of the loyal viewers of this channel.
Fluffiest of the fluffy.
The fluffiest.
Yeah.
Right? So this week, this week. We've actually got, we only got 2 names. Thank goodness, by the way. Because last week there were 8 and it took me forever to edit.
Yeah.
So we're going to take a nice breather this week.
Yeah.
We've got 2. First up is Game Cow, the hashtag GameCat. It's ridiculous. I can't believe we're giving Hotcakes yet another shout out. I promised last week that was going to be it.
He deserves a reward.
But man,
an award.
Yeah.
And a reward.
He's taking inside jokes.
Yeah.
Changing his screen name, Game Cow, the hashtag GameCat. Love it.
He's ever evolving.
Ever evolving, ever revolving.
Except if it wasn't for his profile pic, I'd never know who it was.
We would never know.
Yeah.
Also, we've got Reth, the Mad GameCat.
Wow.
Which is Robert Meadows, the GameCat. But Brett, the Mad GameCat, I feel like is angrier.
It is, yeah.
It's
aggressive.
It is. It's pretty awesome.
It's like apocalyptic wasteland traveler. He's gonna make it type of a name.
Yeah.
Probably because of Mad Max.
Very, very possible.
Yes.
So thank you guys. If you change your name to something the GameCat, make sure you put in a comment somewhere.
Yeah.
Hashtag GameCat, all one word, and we'll give you a shout out on next week's viewer takeover.
Next week's takeover.
Next week. Yeah. I think that's everybody we need to thank.
I think it is.
Whew, man, the beginning of these videos are so long. I know some people just didn't fast forward through the whole thing.
Skip through.
Yeah. Like, when are they going to talk about stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, right now, because what we do is we search the comments for hashtag viewer takeover. If you want your comment right on next week's viewer takeover, make sure you write hashtag viewer takeover, all one word, in the comments. We copy them and paste them into a Word document that changes all of our question marks to periods. No, the other way around. Periods to question marks, and we read them that way because we think it's funny.
Yep.
I don't know if that's actually the case this week.
Anymore, yeah.
Sometimes, I don't know. It's everything we do around here is so inconsistent.
Keeps you on your toes.
First viewer takeover question comes from Mako XL, who's still trying to give me his cat, which is very strange.
He's still trying.
Still unsuccessfully. From PSVR this week, he writes, "What do you think of Sony not going to E3 2019? This is a big deal, man.
It is a big deal, but I guess it's to be expected that eventually this E3 that was a little bit more impactful. I know it still is, but it's different nowadays. It's not the same kind of a show it used to be, a platform for these developers to show what's hot and what's next. They're so big. Sony, Microsoft, Bethesda, and all these, like, Nintendo and, Ubisoft developers and it was inevitable, it seems, that they would have they can pull away and do their own thing.
Well, and I would kind of agree with you, except they also bailed on the PlayStation experience this year.
Yeah, I don't know what's happening.
That's their own thing, and they canceled that too.
That I don't know about, what's going on with them. Maybe they're too big for the britches. Maybe they feel they don't need to. Maybe they feel they're cutting back costs.
I mean, PlayStation is from the last we heard a couple years ago, PlayStation is the only brand that Sony has that's really making any money. Yeah. So it's carrying the whole company. So you think they double down.
I don't buy Sony products anymore for electronic. I buy more LG.
I mean, I buy probably whatever the cheapest thing is available.
Yeah.
But so, I mean, I wonder how much of this actually has to do with 2018's E3. Because what did they do? They said, hey, guys, just want to let you know ahead of time, we're going to focus on these 4 titles.
Yeah.
And that's what they did for most of it. They announced Durasane and little things but they focused on 4 titles and that was it. And they were 4 games we already knew about, and they just showed more gameplay footage.
Yeah, and that's it.
And it was kind of boring.
It was boring.
And so I'm really curious to know if their response to that is what initiated this.
I don't know. I wonder. Yeah, it's too hard to say what they're trying to pull, because you would figure that is the time where everybody's tuning in.
Yeah.
And
we certainly were.
Yeah, we certainly were indeed. And to showcase what's coming, maybe they're skipping because of the fact there's a gap, they got something in the works, that's not ready yet, and the games being developed for it are nowhere near ready to be shown. I mean, I don't know if they're just skipping out to get people to be more hyped up. Where are they? What are they doing? Why aren't they on it? And then when they come back, it's kind of like skipping a franchise year, because people are getting worn out by it.
Assassin's Creed.
Yeah.
That's what Sony's doing, an Assassin's Creed on E3.
They might be.
So you think it's possible that this is a temporary thing, that they're not going to go to E3 this year, maybe we'll see them there next year?
Possibly, or they've got something else in the works. They might just really start their own type of thing.
I think they're probably looking at Nintendo and saying, They got they've got Nintendo Directs,
Yeah.
which cost them like literally nothing to make.
Yeah.
And everyone gets super excited when a new Direct comes around.
Yeah.
And then they control the messaging. They
Yeah.
don't have to do it on a certain date.
Yeah.
You know, and they don't have to worry about a live show. They can just all be pre-recorded, because you know how many things go wrong during a live show?
Oh, it's horrible.
Everything goes wrong during a
Yeah.
live show. It's been really like a madhouse for the last decade.
Yeah, watching on E3, especially when they do the gameplays, it's like, uh-oh, this game's wicked buggy.
Was it Skyward Sword, where like
Oh, when he came out, it's like, shing, with the thing.
well, he was trying to play it on stage and it just wasn't working.
Not responding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't remember if that was the game or not, but these things happen, and that's the kind of thing you have to worry about when you do a live show, but not when you do a pre-recorded thing.
Yeah.
I really think that we're going to start seeing PlayStation Directs.
It would make sense.
Yeah.
And
it would be more accessible for everybody. And because I don't know how many shows PlayStation actually attends every year, but it's a lot, man. Like when you start talking about like TGS and Paris Games Week and E3, the PlayStation experience, I mean, you run out of stuff to talk about like very quickly.
Yeah,
You know?
I mean,
how many reveals can you possibly have?
right?
So
And as big of a company as they are, everything's changing nowadays. Everything. Who knows if it's business model, they need to cut expenses, because that's got to be expensive.
oh yeah,
Flying everywhere, all these huge ass monitors, people put it in, you know what I mean?
it's got to be millions
renting
for
the
each event.
space.
It's crazy.
It's got to be so much, and maybe they can pull that back and take some of that money and put it towards product and developmenting different things, like a new VR.
A new VR game,
Yeah.
or a new VR console,
Actual
something.
headset. Yeah.
So the question was not why do you think they're not going to E3? What do we think?
I don't, it's going to be when E3 rolls around and it's time to watch, it's going to be like a short show, I guess.
I'm not going to really pay much attention, to be honest. Like I used to take the day off,
Yeah.
and just like be like, let's get the popcorn ready.
Yeah.
See, Sony's press conference is my favorite hour and a half of the year.
Yeah.
And now there's something gonna be missing.
It's like
gonna suck.
everything. It's just the end of something that we wish didn't end.
Yeah.
And I mean, at this point in our lives, it's happened so much with so many things we love.
It's true.
It's
very true.
Desensitized, I guess, to it.
I don't know. I'm not about this. Like that I'm very passionate about Sony and PlayStation as a brand. I'm gonna sorely miss their presence at E3.
It's been fun. I've been since PlayStation 3. I've tried making it a point to watch E3 live, especially Sony. But yeah,
We'll see. I'm very excited to see what they do next.
Yeah.
That's my answer to the question.
Yep.
This sucks, but I guarantee whatever they do next is going to be awesome.
Yeah, I'm sure it's not just less and less and less from here on. I'm sure it's something.
All right, well, you're up, Asia.
All right, FNL Forever from Astrobot Rescue Mission Review. If you get something free, it does affect opinion, even if you think it does not. There has been studies for it. I like the video, but people saying getting stuff free does not affect opinion makes me pull what hair I have out, ... So yeah, he thinks...
Dude, do you read all viewer takeover questions like a robot? Is that your thing?
I guess that one. Maybe, do I actually?
Effect makes me pull out what hair I have out.
It's a little Christopher Walken.
It was rough for sure. So here's the thing. Let me preface our response to this comment with a comment.
Okay.
Everybody got up in arms about me getting Astrobot Rescue Mission for free and then saying in the video that would never affect our opinion. Mm-hmm. But people just aren't paying attention. Sony has stricter regulations about what we do, and they're concerned about like the FCC and saying we have to say the right things.
Yeah.
So you'll notice in every single one of our review videos, at the very end, it says either review key provided by developer/publisher or it won't.
Yeah.
We always let you know whether we get the game free or not. Again, would never affect our opinion.
Yeah.
So we've been telling you nonstop since the channel started whether we got the game free or not.
Yeah.
But Sony has stricter rules.
Yeah.
And so in the video, they require you to say it.
Yeah.
And this is why people got up in arms, is because finally they heard me say it.
It was different.
Right.
Yeah.
We've never get comments like this ever.
Yeah.
And then when I said it out loud in a video,
People have been saying it.
right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, if you don't, so my response to this comment is if you don't believe that it doesn't affect our opinion, well, then you shouldn't ever watch anybody's review on anything.
Ever.
Because we've only recently started getting free games.
Yeah.
Like IGN and stuff always get free games. Like they only get free games.
Yeah.
Like if they don't get it for free,
They're not
probably don't
paying.
review it.
Yeah.
So, but what do you think if you were to get a game for free? I know you don't do reviews here, but you often are a recipient of free games.
Yeah.
Do you do you tend to like that game more if
No.
you didn't have to pay for it?
No. There's like a lot of the free games that I've got. I don't all automatically like them. You know, I think they're garbage or I think they're great, depending on if I like them or not. I don't think it can change the opinion that much. I mean, I guess it probably does in some ways, but I don't know. I don't personally think that when I play a game, my purchasing it makes me like it more or less because I spent the money, or the opposite because I got it for free. It's not like, hey, I got this free. Somebody hands you a sandwich and you take a bite out of it and you don't like it. It's not because it's free. You're not going to be like, you know what, I love this sandwich. It was free. Or I hate it because it was free. You're going to have an opinion no matter what, you know?
My issue is that I feel like when I get something for free, I value it less.
Yeah.
Right? If I bought something for $40, I'm like, I'm invested. Right? If I bought Astrobot, and by the way, I did buy Astrobot as well. I own the physical copy. So if you're like, well, he didn't spend any money on Astrobot. Yes, I did. But I got the key for free, like the day before, and then I bought the game myself.
Yeah.
So it's not like I didn't pay for it. But the fact is when I pay for a game, I'm invested. And I'm like, man, I paid for this. I better spend time with it. I better enjoy it.
Yeah.
But when you get something for free, it's like that free sandwich. It's like, it's easily disposable.
Yeah.
You're like, well, I get nothing to lose by not playing it. I had nothing to lose by not spending time with it. Mm-hmm. And so I actually think that FNL Forever and a few other comments that we got are actually a little backwards. I think the opposite is true for me. If I get something for free, I don't value it as much. And if I paid for something, I'm intrinsically just by nature going to be more invested in and want to like it more.
Yeah.
Just because I've got something in it. I put money. I paid for this thing.
Yeah.
So saying I got something for free makes me like it more.
Yeah.
It's actually I feel like it's kind of the opposite.
I see where you're going. It's like product that I own. That's expensive product. Yeah. I treat it, but I do the same when it's not mine and it's free too. But game-wise, you know, I'm focusing more on game thinking. I wasn't thinking like expanding it to something like that where, yes, that is true. When I purchase something expensive, I take care of it a little bit more.
You value it more.
But with games, I don't know. I think it's just because games have been such a normal staple of my life from so long ago to now that whether I bought it or got it for free, if I don't like it, I'm not going to continue it. And it's not like if I spend $60 on a game and then I start to play it and I'm already 12 minutes in and I'm like, I'm not liking this. It's not like I'm going to force myself to play it because I just won't play it anymore. And I'll be like, all right, I spent that money. Yeah. So,
The other part of this question that I think is important to say is look, this isn't a hobby anymore.
Yeah.
You know, Without Parole was a hobby at one point.
Yeah.
And every so often I get a free game. Yeah. And I think the first couple times I got a free game, Dext, I think Pixel Gear, and one other one. Oh, How We Soar.
Yeah.
It's 3 games that are like okay at best.
Yeah.
But I probably gave some pretty good reviews of. Because I was so excited. I'm like, I have this game a week before everyone else. Yeah. I was like, oh, I'm playing a game that no one else has yet. And then like just that made me very excited.
Yeah.
But this, like I said, this isn't a hobby anymore.
Yeah.
We get free games all the time. This is just something that like comes with the territory.
Yeah.
And like it doesn't excite me anymore when I get a free game.
Yeah.
You know, I'm excited to play the game just as I would be if I purchased it. But it's kind of old hat right now.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So it's. Yes, at the very beginning, I can point to those 3 reviews and say, yeah, the game's probably not as good as I said it was. But since then, I'm like, it's kind of worn off. The novelty's worn off.
Yep.
All right, we got to move on. Dave Ashby writes on Viewer Takeover. He writes, #Viewer Takeover, #It's a thing. It sure is. You YouTubers probably use your VR way more than us game cats. Have you noticed any wear or tear? I've heard a single person's wire to headset cable breaking, but can't say it's a problem. Mine personally looks a bit twisted in places, but still good. Yours okay? How's yours? I know you don't use it.
Still in the box. No, it's very it's in great shape, and for the amount of time you've used that thing, that is in good shape still.
Oh yeah.
You know, there's no issues with it.
No, mine's pretty much perfect.
Yeah.
Yep. Des, although, has my original model.
Yeah, he does have the OG one.
But still, like I use mine hours and hours a day.
Yeah.
And like I don't notice anything except for like like the pads. They're kind of greasy because
that I did
they're
notice
against my skin all the time, and like
I did notice that on yours.
I should get something.
It's a little more cushiony. I've noticed. I swear.
I should get something to polish that off or take the grime off. but it's just 99% of the time it's just me using it, so I'm like whatever.
Yeah.
So no, I mean, honestly, no. These things are pretty resilient. I remember when we first got them, we were like, can beat these things up a little bit?
Yeah.
But we were scared to took really good care of them.
Put
we
it
spent
down.
a lot of money.
Bought
on
that
them.
case. Remember you bought that case?
Yeah, I
Now
almost
it's like,
never used the
it's
case.
done.
It just sits on my couch all the time.
Yeah, because the thing's rugged.
Yeah.
It is rugged. There's not much to it. Everything else, it's mostly just like putting it on your head and strapping it in. It's all plastic. There's very little that actually is stuff to be damaged in a sense, you know. So it's pretty durable.
For sure. Surprisingly so.
Yeah.
So yeah, no. Things are pretty good over here. No cable wear either. But like
your cable's great.
But I don't have like a pet. Still don't have a cat. It's a sad day, sad thing for me. I want a cat. I don't have a cat. but I'm glad I don't for these reasons.
Mako
Probably chew the crap out of that cable.
No, I've had cats. They've never chewed
No, is that a dog
cables.
thing?
No, I think cats do. Some of them maybe.
Just
but
not your cats.
Just not mine.
Good for you.
Yeah.
All right. That's it.
That's it.
You're up, Asia.
Solovision from Viewer Takeover. Hashtag Viewer Takeover. One of the biggest issues I have with PSVR is the setup and tear down. I have 2 little ones that would trample it otherwise. What does your PSVR setup / storage look like? And what are some of the better ways I could keep it all together without the risk of my little cats destroying my headsets? Cats?
So, as I just said, mine just stays on my couch all the time. It's
Yeah.
always connected. In fact, like, with the push of one button, it's on. And
Yeah.
everything's good to go.
Yeah.
So yeah, here I don't have any advice except for just keep everything hooked up.
Yeah.
And just the cables that are attached to the headset themselves, pull that out.
Yeah.
Right. You can push the rest of the cable into the couch cushion.
Yeah.
And it's out of sight, out of mind. Mm-hmm. Right. But for a long time, you kept yours in a box.
Yep.
Every time you stop playing, you put it away.
Took it out. Yeah, I did the whole thing that he does. And I don't know how young his children are, but mine are, I just keep mine hooked up now.
Yeah.
I started around Skyrim time, I would say. That's when I hooked it up and left it. I just move it to the side next to the TV set up like right there. It's not ideal for like aesthetics, but I'm not hosting parties.
Yeah.
And my kids don't even ask about it because they're not into games. I don't play it in front of them. Their curiosity is not piqued by it.
Gotcha.
So it depends on the age of the kids, I would say. But I have no real advice except what Brian said. When you're a parent, it's different. Like the care and the time you do for certain things, you do it. And I used to keep this headset out of the eyes of the kids because I didn't want them to want to use it, which I couldn't let them. So I just figured it's better out of sight, out of mind. So I hooked it up and I set it up and put it away when I needed it. And now I just fucking leave it.
Yeah, there's got to be ways that like you can leave everything hooked up, and like I don't know what your entertainment center looks like, but you could just like a console, slide the headset like boom, right there into a shelf.
Yeah.
And all the cables and stuff are behind it. Mm-hmm. I don't really see the problem. Like I mean, again, we don't know how old his kids are.
Yeah.
So they could be pulling stuff out left and right.
If they're 4, oh yeah, I put that thing away.
But then at the same time, it's like you've obviously got an issue with your consoles as well. You've got anything that's on that entertainment center is like fair game. Do you have a Switch that's going flying across the room?
Yeah.
It's like so where do you put your Switch? Let's say that. Do you have a Switch? And if you do, where do you put that? Because whatever the answer is for that, it should be your PSVR answer.
Yeah, all my Switch is there, my Xbox, my PlayStation headset. Girls, my girls don't care.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh. Anyway.
I guess that brings us to the last one, right?
Yep.
This is Derek Hart from our Tetris Effect review. He writes, Brian, let's be real here. You don't have time to sink 100+ hours into this game. Speaking of which, hashtag viewer takeover. It's a thing.
It is a thing.
What PSVR game have you guys played the most? Derek's actually totally right. I don't have 100 hours to spend with Tetris Effect.
No way.
I said in the review, this is a game I'm going to spend 100 hours with over the course of the next year.
Yeah.
And like in an ideal world, I would probably play that game for an hour a day for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
Because it's so much fun and it's awesome. But then Beat Saber came out, and I'm like, now I'm going to spend 100 hours with Beat Saber over the next year. That's not the question.
No.
The question is, what PSVR game have you guys played the most? Jeremy?
I would say between you know what? It's so stupid. I'd say Astrobot lately is like the one I've played a lot of.
Yeah.
I did play a lot of Skyrim when it was out.
Did you beat Astrobot yet?
No.
Okay. Are you even close?
I Don't know. Probably not.
Okay.
Unfortunately, Red Dead took away any spare time.
Okay.
That game is crazy. But besides that, what is the one with the delivery boy?
Don't tell me Special Delivery.
Special Delivery
is the PSVR game you spent the most time with.
I think jumping in and jumping out and playing randomly way back when, I did play it a lot.
Something's horribly wrong with this conversation.
Astrobot and Skyrim after that, I'd say.
Okay.
I would love to have another one that would sink me in and have the time to get lost in the world. It's just based off of my time. It's kind of like a game that's, hot and new, and you play it and it's amazing, but then it's like you have another 2 weeks pass by before you get a chance to play, and there's already another 3 games that are way better out, and it's so, it's constant movement like this. So at this time, I'd say between Skyrim, Special Delivery, and Astrobot, I've probably played those 3 the most.
I've got 4.
Okay.
It's probably at the bottom of the list is Spark.
Okay.
Because when that was like the new hotness,
You played a shitload.
oh my god, it's like every single night for like 3 hours at a time, like just non-stop. Like I was not getting work done for the channel because I was like, because JD's calling me at 3 o'clock in the morning, let's play some Spark, buddy. I was like, all right, dude.
There was a tournament, remember?
Oh my god,
Yeah.
it was insane. Oh,
Yeah.
we need to do another tournament, don't we? Yeah, we
Yeah.
do. Probably the next one up from that would be Firewall 0 Hour, and the only reason it's not higher up on the list is because it's still fairly new.
Yeah.
But that is the game that every week I generally find like one block of time every week where I spend like 3 hours with that game.
Yeah.
And I just love it. It kills me every time I have to put the game controller down and stop playing. Because I love it. It's so much fun. And half of what I like about it is when you dive in and like you don't know who you're going to be playing with.
Yeah.
Sometimes I grab J-Dow, or sometimes I know Mikey Diaz has been saying he wants to play. But I find it's the most fun when I go in by myself, and I meet 3 new people.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is my team for the next 3 hours.
They think you're going to do the team justice, Brian's on, we're going to win.
Oh God, no.
It's like,
no.
pew, pew.
I still totally suck at Firewall.
That's
and
all
I've been
right.
playing for a very long time.
Yeah.
Right up from that, Skyrim.
Yeah.
Because that's just the nature of the game, man. You can spend 300 hours in that game and still not see everything.
Oh my God.
And I'm not even close to that. I'm not even remotely close to that. But Resident Evil 7 is very seldom do I have time or the motivation or the drive, anything, to say, I beat this game, and now I'm going to beat it again, and now I'm going to beat it again.
Yeah.
Never. I don't have time in my life for that.
Yeah.
But Resident Evil 7 is that good.
You just did another stream again of it. You know?
That's my 3rd playthrough.
Yeah.
And I didn't quite beat it, but can't wait to. I can't wait to. And just so I can start it over again.
Yeah.
I want to speedrun that sucker. I want to learn how to speedrun Resident Evil 7.
Yeah.
Because it's one of my favorite games of all time.
It's so good. It is. And the only reason I haven't played...
Because you're chicken shit.
So chicken shit. So scared.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think that does it for another episode of Viewer Takeover.
That's it.
Guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure you send your Viewer Takeover introduction to withoutparole@gmail.com. Keep it short, keep it simple, keep it sweet, keep your clothes on.
Yeah, a little bit of them.
Please. Yeah. So sick of these half-naked guys.
So many lately.
There's so many. It's not a thing. We're not letting that happen again.
Naked guys, not a thing.
But thank you, Hugo, and thank you, Metcat.
Yeah,
you guys are
thank
awesome. Also, if you change your name to GameCat, make sure you comment in the comments below, #GameCat. And of course, it's definitely a thing. And if you have a Viewer Takeover question for us to tackle next week, make sure you put it in the comments, #Viewer Takeover.
Please do.
And that pretty much covers it.
That does.
All right. For another episode of, that's not how we end the show. Doesn't matter. Viewer Takeover.
Happy Thanksgiving.
I'm Brian Paul. That's Jeremy King. Go eat some turkey.
Tomorrow. It's Thanksgiving. Turkey takeover. They should, for next week's episode, sending the Thanksgiving dinner, and I do this like, a camera phone, iPhone. That's the universal. Take a photo of your family and all saying, Pro Games, right? It's a thing. Happy Thanksgiving. That was the turkey.
We love you all. All right. I always forget how to start each show. I do this with Des too. I'm like, how do I start? Man, that's what Michelle was the best. Michelle was the best for making fun of me.
She was, yeah.
I go, what? And she
and laugh at everything.
Yeah.
I miss Michelle.
We all miss Michelle.
Yeah.
That's probably going to be the outtake at the end.